saving the innocent from corporate radio. This is the show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. We are live once again here at WWSU 106.9 FM, Dane's Right Choice, the studios here in Dayton, Ohio, and my fans are waving at me in the hallway. You can't see it, but if you're familiar with this station, there's like a little glass box. People wave at you, and yeah, I feel the love. I just got waved at. But anyway, a big show tonight on this lovely April night. We got DIMM. Tonight I announced the semi-finalists, which I'll do that in just a minute or so. Of course, tonight I got a special guest, Sara Thomas. She is from the Rosewood Art Center in Cary, Ohio. We'll announce this right now because I'm playing these songs tonight. It's very important. But now I'll just go backwards, I guess, to build some suspense. But number 8 is Scarred Katsy. He'll be in it. He is a techno dance artist from Dayton, Ohio. He will take on the number 9 seed in the Tyler Cochran Trio. They are I guess you'd say a soft rock band. They're from right here in Fairborn, Ohio. And Tyler Cochran is actually a student of Rice State University, and I've actually ran into him once. He's happy to be in this tournament. He's the number 9 seed. So there's that matchup. In another matchup, we will have hip-hop artist Kurt Rannick. He is from Dayton, Ohio. He'll take on the band See You in the Funnies. They are a band from Cincinnati, Ohio. And now, in number 6 versus number 11, we got from Springboro, Ohio, Best for Last. They're a pop folk band. They will take on the defending champion and hip-hop artist Melvin Robertson Jr., aka Faith Baby. So that'll be quite a matchup. And now at number 5, we got Cinder Home. That band, they're from Dayton, Ohio. They will take on pop artist Olivia Francis. She comes out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And then we had the number 4 seed. We got Room for Zero from Cincinnati, Ohio. They will take on the punk metal band from Dayton, Ohio, Red Hot Rebellion. They're number 13 seed. And now the number 3 seed, Elementary Liberty Project. They had the 3rd most votes. So yeah, like I said, except for the 16 seed, seeds 1 for 15 is based on the amount of votes they got in order for them to make it to the tournament. So it's based on what they did in their first round. But it's a reminder, but the third highest vote getter was Elementary Liberty Project. They are a reggae band from Cincinnati. They'll take on the rock and roll alternative band Dirty Socialites at the number 14 seed. They're from Dayton, Ohio. Now the number 2 seed is Renchester Gray. They are from Dayton, Ohio. They are a I guess a blues band, if you will, kind of like an ambient blues band. But they will take on the Diamond Underground at the number 15 seed. And Diamond Underground band is from Cincinnati, Ohio. And the last matchup to announce, the number 1 seed, the group that had the highest amount of votes with 71 vote totals in round 1, the Magic Lightning Boys from Cincinnati, Ohio, and their rock and roll song. Yes, they had the yeah, I forget. Well, I'm drawing a blank. I wrote it down. It's on. I'll play their song later tonight. But yeah, their song will be played later. But they're number 1 seed, and they will take on the 16th seed, which is the band that finished 6th place and had more votes than other 6th place finishers. And that band, maybe a little drum roll, from Group C, Sleds for Giants, as they had enough votes. I believe they had 15 total votes. They finished 6th place in Group C, but that was better than the other 2 6th place finishers. So because of that, they were granted a wild card. They are in round 2, but they have to face the number 1 seeded Magic Lightning Boys. That should be quite a matchup. I think all these are going to be good matchups. And what you got to do, if you want your favorite artists to go on to the finals, you got to go to Dayton Indie Music Madness and follow the directions of the top post. I have it pinned, and it's easy to find. And follow directions, vote for your bands, listen to the music first, see what you like. You have a whole week to do this. You have until the minute before next week's show to vote for the finalist, in which next week the final 8 will be announced. And then April 28th will be our championship reunion show, where I'll have bands a part of this tournament. They'll be here live in the studio, and we'll have a party beforehand, and then we'll have a little party on the air, and we'll announce the champion. That's April 28th. So we're getting down to it. This is an exciting tournament. I'm excited. I've liked how this has unfolded so far. So those are your 16 bands, the semifinalists for DIMM 2015. So good luck to all. I'll play the music in just a little bit. And also, you can cast a double vote from now, which is 8:12 right now, until 11 o'clock tonight. For any of these 16 artists, call me at 937-775-5555. Do that, cast double votes, and that might help your band get to the finals. That might give them the edge they need. So once again, the number is 937-775-5555. Please do that and help your band out. Now with that, I want to announce once again that I am the new marketing director for WWSU 106.9 FM, Dane's Right Choice. I am very excited. I just found out about a week and a half ago, and I got more people waving at me. I have no idea who they are, but I'm glad they waved at me. It makes me feel happy. Anyway, I'm going to be the marketing director. And the thing is, part of the job as a marketing director, you got to come up with ideas. And some ideas that gets the people excited about the station. That's just one aspect of the job. And a lot of that is going on campus, having it, pitching the table, doing an activity. So I got a few ideas. I think they're going to be good ideas. But one idea is we have tickets, like do these events we have at the Nutter Center all the time, whether it's a concert or we got WWE that comes here. We always get cool concert tickets. I got an idea. I want to hide a concert ticket at the Nutter Center inside of a beehive, an active beehive filled with honey and wasps and angry bees. And the people, they got to take their turn sticking their hand in this honey hive, this little honey beehive. And they get one shot at it. They got to stick their hand in there. They got to reach for the ticket. If they don't grab the ticket, then they lose. And they also don't get first aid afterwards, because that's part of it. Because you'll probably get stinged, you'll probably get poisoned, but that's the risk of it. I hope you guys know I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. I kind of felt bad after saying that. I'm not going to make the students stick their hand inside of a beehive and get. Well, I'll finish the joke. I was going to say that the winner, the person that grabbed the ticket out, would get first aid, and then they win the concert tickets. They'd get They get a lifetime supply of Band-Aids. I ain't gonna do that. I kind of felt bad. Dirty. I don't think I'm a dirty jokester. These comedians, they go around the country saying these dirty jokes, and they say it with a straight face. I couldn't keep a straight face on that one. That sounds violent. So anywho, but there's that. But other ideas. I do have other ideas. Hopefully they're not as vile. But being that we have, every day is a holiday, every month is a holiday here in the United States of America, we got other ideas. We got International Guitar Month. Since it's April, I'll announce the themes we have this month. But let's have a guitar contest. What you do, even whether you have experience or not, you play the guitar, and if you win, you get to be a guest on one of the DJ shows. And like I say, you don't need you don't need any experience. You need you just need to. We'll provide the guitar, and you just strum away, and then we'll see how you do. So there's that. And I'll keep America the Beautiful month. Keep America Beautiful month. And what I would do is we'll have a recycling contest. If you get a bucket, you pick up trash around campus, and then we weigh it. Me and Kristen Henshaw will weigh the buckets. If you can collect the most trash, you get to be a director for today. You even get our salary. So we'll give you a day's worth of salary if you collect the most trash. So that's one idea I can throw out there. What else do we have? Oh yeah, National Poetry Month. Yes, I want the students of campus to write a poem on how awesome I am. Because I am Daniel Diesel, and I am an awesome DJ, and hopefully I will be an awesome marketing director. Write a poem about me, and I picked the best one, and you get to spend a day with me if you win, and I'll let you co-host my show. Or I'll let you even host the show. I'll just sit back and let you do it. But you gotta write a poem about me. You know what? That might be a real contest. I don't dislike this idea. I like to think I got people out there that like me a little bit. Yeah, write a poem about me and my show, and if I like it, I'll give you a perk. So there's that. And that might be a real suggestion. We are back with Ohio's on Fire. I am your host, Daniel Diesel, and it is now time for everyone's favorite segment. It's now time for OMVP. And that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Ooh, ah, do 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 do. Now, for the foreseeable future, I'll use my thumbs to play my music, because I'll share you in a little secret. For several years now, I think pretty much since I guess it got created and it was common sense to use it. We've been using YouTube for a lot of our music airplay, and I was using it a lot for most weeks. Like on weeks I had my top 120 countdowns or whatever show I was doing, I use YouTube. But as of now, I guess YouTube made a law where they charge a fee if for any media outlet to use YouTube as part of their material, which WWSU is a media outlet, so I can no longer use YouTube for the foreseeable future. This might change come September. I mean, I think we're appealing it, but I don't know. Or someone's appealing it. But, so I gotta find a new way I need to find a new theme music for my OMVP. So I just want to throw that out there real quick. But anyway, let's get to OMVP. Let's get to, just want to give a shout out to some rule changes around here. But yeah, we can no longer use YouTube here at WWSU. So bummer. Sad face. If this was an eco motion, it would be a little sad face. But OMVP goes to a group of people or individual who's dead or alive from the state of Ohio or has ties to the state of Ohio. They did something good within the recent week or did something weird in a good way. And OMVP recognizes that accomplishment. It's a shout out, if you will. It's not a real award, but it's a shout out, lets you know that Daniel Diesel's thinking about you. But we have a blog that introduces this OMVP this week. It's from hotair.com. It is a blog by an Ohioan. But Hillary went. The title's called "Hillary went unrecognized at an Ohio Chipotle today." I don't know what it means. This was posted by Mary Catherine Ham. So I'll read. It's a long post, so I'll read part of it. And it says, "Help me. Hillary Clinton, whose greatest qualification for president is perhaps that she is a woman who B, everyone knows, walked into a Chipotle in Murray, Ohio today and went unrecognized." And then in gray letters it goes, maybe it was dark sunglasses, or maybe she just had a certain J.D. Sal's quay. I don't know what that means. It's a term. Anyway, nor did the restaurant staff notice Miss Clinton until this reporter tipped off that she had dined there by telephone. The Chipotle manager, Charles Wright, insisted at first that the tip must have been false, but he offered to review the security camera recordings and quickly reversed himself. There was Mrs. Clinton in a bright pink shirt ordering a chicken burrito bowl and carrying her own tray. The thing is, she has these dark sunglasses on, Mr. Wright said. She was just another lady. And of course, this author of the blog, she makes a couple of theories. The first theory is Hillary Clinton is so disdainful of the American people and feels so entitled to a presidency that she feels no need to talk to the people of Ohio. And I'll scroll down to other reasons. Number two, Hillary Clinton is such an unnatural, distinguished, disingenuous campaigner that it did not occur to her to rub elbows with the staff and clients of Chipotle without a scrum of reporters and cameras remind her that's her job. And the number three reasons, perhaps a van of populism on the road trip of everyday Americanaism is enough to make a millionaire with a $2.5 billion campaign to an everyday woman. So that was our third reason. Number four, the Hillary Clinton campaign has reached a zenith of OpenSea on day one, with the New York Times expecting security tape from the mommy, I think it's pronounced mommy. It's a city in Ohio, mommy. Mommy Chipotle determined what a woman running for president is doing. And at number five, the process of running for president has reached a zenith of stupidity, with New York Times inspecting security tapes from Manu Chipotle. And at number six, doesn't this sound like something Leslie Knope would consider in a weaker moment of ambition on the advice of a campaign manager before coming to her senses and eating waffles with the people of Pawnee like she was born to do. And number 7, Hillary is thinking, why the heck didn't I erase those tapes? Alright, so it's a very interesting blog. It is by, once again by Mary Catherine Ham, who's from Ohio, and she talks most of what she talks about is politics, and she's a blogger at hotair.com. So I tell you what, Mrs. Mary Catherine Ham, you wrote a nice article about Clinton, Miss Hillary Clinton. You might be a good blogger at hotair.com. Your last name might make me hungry, because when I hear ham, that makes me hungry. You might have been nosing around in Mrs. Clinton's business at Chipotle, and for good cause. And also, Mrs. Mary Catherine Ham, it sounds like you got a nice computer that can type up to 80 words a minute, because you write big blogs. And let me tell you something, Mrs. Mary Catherine Ham. Not only are you a lot of good things in the politician world of blogging, you're something else. You are OMVP, Ohio's most valuable pedestrian. Yes, congratulations to Mrs. Mary Catherine Ham, your OMVP. And we are back with Ohio is on Fire. I'm your host, Daniel Diesel. And I have my guest for tonight. She is from the Rosewood Art Center, and she's here with me. But we have Sara Thomas. Say hello, Sara.
Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hi there. Yes, but welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk to you for a little bit. Now, for listeners at home that don't know what the Rosewood Art Center is in Kettering, could you tell them what it is? And what's the main purpose of the center?
Yeah, we are part of the City of Kettering's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts Department. We've been Kettering's Community Arts Center for 30 years this year. This is our 30th anniversary. We have classes for youth and adults, special events, facility rentals, artist studios, a gallery, that kind of thing.
Awesome. Now, what do you do there, Sara?
My official title is Assistant Facility Coordinator. I primarily do marketing, get the word out about our programs.
Do you know what places you go to? Do you go into the city or just wherever they tell you?
I work with newspapers locally, stuff like that.
Oh, of course, yes, the press. I get it. I know all about that. Now I want to ask you, why does the world need art? Why is it important to us in the world?
Art helps people be more well-rounded. I would say it probably makes people happier, whether it's adults with a hobby or kids with enrichment classes. It's something that they can do, put their energy into,
So, but that's a good answer. Yes, I think art is a positive thing. The world, with all the wars that we have in the world and people do bad things, I think it's good to find something positive, and art's one of those things. And you make people happy. So yes, that's I would agree. Without not being an art expert myself, I think that's a good, reasonable answer. Now, Sara, I gotta ask you, who's your favorite performer in the media? Whether it's you probably watch a lot of theater, or maybe I don't want to nitpick, but who do you like as a performer in the media, any form of media?
My favorite performer,
or painter.
I would say my favorite artist is Tara Donovan. She's a sculptor. She works with found objects, and I like the singer Feist too.
Yes, I would consider them artistics. That'd be a good answer. I remember that video they did. It was a bunch of people. It was her first hit. Yeah, I thought I was artistic, and so yeah, I like Feist. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to ask you. You get a lot of students and, of course, a lot of staff and special guests that come through the Rosewood Art Center. Do you recall working with anyone that wanted to become famous in their field?
We get a lot of people that want to become famous, especially our sweet children.
All right.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head who is famous.
Have you heard any stories about famous people being at the Rosewood Art Center?
Yeah, we had the creator of Mr. Clean teaching for us for a while. He unfortunately passed away.
Yes, yeah, he did pass away. Well, that's cool. Did they teach regularly, or was it a special?
No, he taught regularly for several years.
Awesome. Well, I wish I knew. Yeah, I just But now to clarify, when she says Mr. Clean, it was the voice of Mr. Cleaner. It wasn't the actual cartoon image, which I hopefully you guys at home would know that. But just to point that out. But yeah, he sounded like an interesting guy, so that's cool that he did that. So I want to ask you this, Sarah. Now, a lot of children do come through the program. When children do come, what is your goals and expectations for the children area to get out of being at the Rosewood Art Center?
First and foremost, we want them to have fun, explore something they're passionate about, create something, get some enrichment that maybe they're not getting in the classroom.
Absolutely. All right, now I want to ask you this. What type of career can people have when they get involved in the arts?
There's quite a few possibilities. Educators, we have quite a few adjunct faculty at Rosewood, gallery managers, curators, designers, graphic designer.
Yes, excellent careers. Yes, you can definitely do that. Now, I'm here with my guest, Sarah. She is amazing. We'll get back to the interview with her in just a little bit. We are live here at WWSU. And we are back with Ohio is on Fire. I'm your host, Daniel Diesel, and we are still here with our guest, Sara Thomas. She is a representative of the Rosewood Art Center over in Kettering, Ohio. She's still here with us. We got a few more questions for you, Sarah.
Okay.
And we had a fan question, listener question, and she wanted to know, when I'm doing artwork, does it give you good luck or some type of good spirit?
I think it builds good energy, definitely a positive vibe when you're creating something from scratch. Sure.
Well, I'll do a follow-up question of my own. Are you superstitious?
No, not really.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, I got a question for you. Say you had your own time machine,
Okay.
and you can go to anywhere that you wanted to go. Where would you go and why?
Okay, if I had a time machine, I think I would go back to early 19th century Germany, which
Okay.
is oddly specific.
That's fine.
Hang out with all the German romantic writers, artists, poets.
Well, take me with you, Sarah. That sounds fun. All right, now I want to know, what type of music do you listen to? Because I'm doing a music tournament that has all sorts of music in the area. What type of music do you listen to?
A lot of different things. A lot of classical, a lot of
Classical.
indie, mellow, singer-songwriter stuff.
You say classical. Do you listen to Yanni? Have you heard of him?
I've heard of them. Don't really listen to them.
Oh, okay. Well, shucks. Because that's the only guy I've ever heard of. Him and John Tess. Have you listened to John Tess?
I have.
All right, there you go. Well, finally, we had a connection on that. A classical artist I've heard of that you've heard also. All right, now one more question. Well, I got a few more questions for you. What is there a foreign country you would love to go to that you haven't been to yet? And what would you check out if you were at this country?
Haven't been to Europe at all. Would
Okay.
love to go to Belgium, check out the brewery scene.
All right, that's good. I do that too. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff to do in Europe. So you said Europe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I almost forgot from it. All right, now we want to know what's going on with the Rosewood Art Center. Tell us what's going on that people might be interested in within the next 3 months.
We have a lot coming up this spring. In May, we have an event on the 7th from 5:30 to 7:30. It's our anniversary kickoff, part of a program called Suburbanscapes Beyond the Metropolis.
All right.
Then Saturday, May 9th, from 11 to 3, we have Art on the Playground. This is our 3rd year for it. It's held at Indian Riffle Elementary Playground.
Okay.
And then Camp Rosewood registration is going on now. That starts on June 1st.
And do you register at the website? Where can people find your website?
They can go to rosewood.ketteringoh.org, or they can like us on Facebook at Play Kettering.
All right. So if you have a kid at home and you think that your kid might be interested in that, yes, visit that website or you can give the center a phone call, and they will work with you to make sure that your child has a great experience at this event. They do a lot of work with local children, so that's very notable. So with that, yes, check out their website. I got one last question before you leave us, because just recently you guys had Comic Book Day. It's a big event you guys do for the last several years. I want to ask you, who's your favorite superhero?
If I don't say Wolverine, I think my Rosewood coworkers would come after me, so I'm going with Wolverine.
Wolverine. Well, that's a great answer. All right. So, well, Sarah, thank you, and good luck to everything that you do.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And we are back with Ohio is on Fire. I am your host, Daniel Diesel. And thank you once again to Sara Thomas from the Rosewood Art Center. And of course, now at the end of the show, I will play our last matchup as a part of our Sweet 16. In that matchup, we'll see dance artist Skardastic. He's at the number 8 seed. And his song, Nanook of the North, he will take on Tyler Cochran Trio and their song, Bloom. The Tyler Cochran Trio, they are a rock band. They're from this area. They're from Fairborn, Ohio, and Tyler Cochran is a student at this school. That's our last matchup. I'll play at the end of the show, and then after that, I will also play the National Independent Music Showcase. It's 4 songs that are doing very well on the national indie music scene, the independent charts, and then a special encore presentation of the 16 songs part of the Sweet 16 in its entirety. So if you missed it the first time, you'll hear it once again. I will do that tonight. I'm able to do that. So there's that. Next Tuesday night, I will have a special guest. He is the one and only Sleepy Joe Lee. He is a blues artist from Dayton, Ohio, and probably the most outspoken individuals in the music community of Dayton, Ohio, where he talks politics, he talks sports, he talks some internet memes, and anything that's anything to do with conspiracy theories. But he's got a lot to get off his chest, and he's been the one to be on this show for a long time. We've known each other online for over a year, and I'm probably going to meet him. He's going to be here next Tuesday night. He'll share his thoughts on this tournament, because he thought about being in this tournament. He decided to pass, so he'll share his thoughts on this tournament and other music competitions. Yeah, Sleepy Joe Lee, he'll be here live next Tuesday night, so you don't want to miss it. And 2 weeks from Tuesday will be our season finale, the Season 8 finale of Ohio's on Fire, where it will be the reunion of Dayton Indie Music Madness 2015. The 8 finalists, I'll get as many of them as possible here at the studios. They can't all be here at once. We have a lobby they can hang out in, but I'm going to have a big party. We'll have a big post party. And of course, someone will win the championship and the cash money. And that's going to happen on April 28th. And hopefully some other special things will happen on this night. It's going to be great. So I got 2 more episodes of this season, and then we'll have to see about the next. Well, I will have another season. I guess I should say I will have a season 9 and season 10 here at WWSU 106.9 FM. I don't know the exact date. I'll probably won't find that out until the summertime, but I will be back at least another whole year. I am very excited because I got some more tricks and some more cool ideas I hope to unleash live on the airwaves. And so I'm very happy to get that deal done. And of course, I will be the new marketing director. That will begin once this semester ends. I look forward to that. It's going to be a new challenge. I get to expand my reach here at the radio station even further than I have before, and that makes me happy. Pardon me. So that'll be. We'll talk more about the upcoming seasons when in 2 weeks from now, and some surprises. But yeah. Before I get my final message, yes, once again, I am on live next Tuesday night with my interview with Sleepy Joe Lee, and of course, I announced the final 8 that night. The final 8 will play that night. In addition, I'll play an additional song by each of the artists that are in the final 8. Something that's to give them some more airtime to celebrate the fact that they made it to the finals. So it'll be a bonus playlist for the artist that's in the finals of my Dayton Indie Music Madness tournament. So with that, that's next Tuesday night. I think it's now time for the final message of this episode. And I want to talk about Lauryn Hill. And Lauryn Hill, what I'm referring to is actually a young lady. She was 19 years old here in Cincinnati. She passed away in Cincinnati, Ohio, just recently. So I want to get some info on her. But it's really I know the inspiration story. She wanted to play basketball, and her disease, it was a life-threatening disease. It made it so she couldn't do it. But they made a special ordeal where they were able to let her play basketball. And there's a bunch of articles on her. But Mrs. Lauryn Hill, she died at age 19 after a long battle with brain cancer. They let her play basketball. I think she only played for like a minute, and they let her score. So it was one of the great inspiration stories of the past year. And I'll read some of this article to get a better idea. If you don't know who she is by now, I'm going to see if I get a picture of her. I might post a picture on her on my Facebook, because she seems like an incredible young lady, and we lost a good one when she passed away. So read some of this article. Lauryn Hill touched the nation with her desire to play for Mount St. Joseph's women's basketball team, even as she battled an inoperable brain tumor. Her resolve, spirit, and courage were celebrated November 2nd when she realized her dream at Xavier's University's Sarita Center. Cheered on by a sold-out crowd of 10,250 and a television audience. Hill scored the first and last basket of the Mount's 66-55 victory over Horham College. She passed away Friday at the age of 19. Mount St. Joseph's will hold a celebration and prayer service of its campus to honor her. We are forever grateful to have Lauryn grace our campus with her smile and determined spirit, said Mount St. Joe President Tony Arts. Hill's death was acknowledged by several celebrities, including LeBron James, who wrote a series of tweets. And LeBron James, he said, until we officially meet again, take care and continue to be that leader we all love. R.I.P. Lauryn Hill. And there's a long article. You can find this at www.usatoday.com. Look up Lauryn Hill. And Lauryn is spelled L-A-U-R-E-N. It's different from the famous music artist Lauryn Hill, so not to be confused. You got to spell it L-A-U-R-E-N, 6 letters. And I'll read a few more of these paragraphs here while I got time. The Indiana native said at the game her goal was to find a cure for cancer. Hill was diagnosed with diffuse intrinsic pontine glutamine shortly after her 18th birthday. The rare form of brain cancer particularly affects young children ages 4 to 9, but typically not people that are older. When I was diagnosed, I remember kind of feeling lonely because nobody understood. And now that more people know about the story and the awareness of DIPG, I'm so happy that people know about now, and that we can get some research going and hopefully find that home run cure for cancer, Lauryn said several months ago in a quote. And to continue her quote, she also said, and even though I'm probably not going to be around to see it, it's going to help a lot of people. And that's why we need to keep staying with this and not end it with this game, and keep supporting research. Another quote by her, this is when USA Today interviewed her. She said, I want everybody to know I never give up. And I'll read 2 more paragraphs here. An announced $40,000 was raised the day of the game for the Cure Starts Now Foundation and Patriotic Cancer Research. Overall, her nonprofit foundation has helped to raise more than $1.5 million for cancer research. Another quote, through Lauryn's fundraiser and advocacy efforts, she not only became a spotlight on the lack of funding for cancer research, but she most certainly has become a beacon guiding researchers for years to come. The Cure Starts Now co-founder Brooke Desrich said. So yes, you can read the rest of the article at usatoday.com. Let me tell you, what an incredible young lady. That's I guess she had intuition that she knew she wasn't going to live very long because it was that serious. But she lived with a very strong spirit. She had to play. She made her dream come true by playing college basketball, very briefly, and that would have been cool if I'd seen this. The good news, my friend Nick Wygett, he was a former student advisor for WWSU and a good friend of mine. He got to see this game. He tweeted and posted a Facebook message about this, saying he got to see Lauryn Hill. So I'm very happy for him that he got to do that, because she was, I would say, if there was a handful of figures, it was the year of the young lady in Ohio, because 3 women that stand out to me that made a big difference in Ohio in 2014. Well, one was Jetta Fosberg, which I had the chance of interviewing her on my show, so I had the honor of doing that. She was the one that stood up for Wigs for Kids. And then Lauryn Hill would be the other one, with her battling brain cancer. And the other one was Devin Still's daughter, which she had cancer also, which she is now clear of. She had to go through radioactive treatment, and they had to raise money. Devin Still used a portion of his salary along with donations from the Cincinnati Bengals to help with that, and she got through it. And Devin Still's daughter is going to live a long and healthy life. So they were the big stories in 2014 here in Ohio. And Lauryn Hill, it is upsetting that she did pass away. I imagine her parents and her friends and family are very upset that someone with her spirit passed away at such a young age. She was only 19. I mean, I read the paper all the time, and all the CNN news stories about all the wars and all the criminal activity we have and all the tragedies. I want to say that she's better off, that she's now in a better place where people won't feel any pain, where people really appreciate each other and love each other, and they won't do bad things to you on purpose. And the other, I guess the other good news I can add to this is that Lauryn Hill, when she passed away, she did pass away in her sleep peacefully, which I can relate to that with my grandfather, because that's how he went back in December. Back in December 8th, he had battled dementia for several years, and it was me and my mother took care of him, and made him as happy as he could be. And he passed on early morning of December 8th in his sleep. That's how you do it. That's the ideal way, I think, of dying. If you're going to go, having a good night's sleep, do not feel any pain. That's how my grandfather did it, and that's how Lauryn Hill did it. So I am very happy for that, because at least she didn't die like from being having her neck cut off by some madman like O.J. Simpson, or maybe being in a burning building with some maniac set off a bomb. Because there's a lot of nasty things that can happen if you put your risk at if you live long enough. It's so Lauryn Hill went out. She just didn't feel any pain because she was expected to. She lived every day to the fullest, and that's what allowed her to make her dreams come true. That was her dream. Now I'm thinking, once you've run out of things to do, perhaps that's when you move on to the next world. I don't know how it works. Because I love the idea of living to be an old age. I mean, you don't know when that last bucket's going to hit. And I try not to think about it too much. I never used to think about all that much. Now that I'm in my late 20s and my grandparents are gone, a lot of my relatives have died over the years, and a lot of my friends, some of my friends have even passed away from, I guess what you say, tragic accidents. Well, not by natural causes. I haven't had that yet, but I've had, for tragic accidents, I've lost some friends I went to high school with, and even some college friends. Because I realize I've lived a lot better life than other people. It could be a lot worse, and I shouldn't be upset that it could. I mean, I'm thinking ways it could have been better, but I got to travel the world with my grandparents. You know, I've graduated from the DARE program, the elite DARE program, where you're against drugs and alcohol. I've lived a 100% clean life from hard drugs and hard alcohol, because I was around that with some people. That was when I was younger. They were just hard on that. They were hard on drugs and hard on alcohol, and they were obsessed with it. And I just saw the effects, and I didn't want to live that life. That's no way to live, and that's no way to be. And it's wonderful. So Lauryn Hill, she reached out her dreams every day. Every day was a gift. And that's something I am learning to do. I don't want to throw any more days away. Because I think that was my problem back around maybe 2010. Maybe my whole life before. There were just some days you just throw away. And maybe that's a bad idea, because maybe that day could be your last. So I have to think positive all the time. Every day is a gift. Like, even if your ultimate goal isn't right in front of you, that doesn't mean that today has to be a bad day. You can decide right now to fill your heart with love, to find new people that you never met before that might be one of the greatest people you've ever met in your life. You can do an activity you've been putting off for the longest time. You can take risk. And I've mentioned before about taking risks. I think it's good to take risk. And you should do it. I'm an advocate for that, because taking risk, good things can happen, bad things can happen. But that's the fun of life. You just got to feel sometimes. You feel it, and you just got to enjoy the ride. Make sure that you're not hurting anyone else in the process. And live this life. Live this life to the maximum. 100%. And I say that to all the students of Wright State, to the people of Cincinnati, Ohio, to the people of Mount St. Joseph's, and to the artists of Dayton Indie Music Madness. So with that, I'm going to play our last matchup of the night. It's Skardasky, his song Nanook of the North, and then the Tyler Cochran Trio and his song Bloom. And we'll be back in the next Tuesday night. So until then, Ohio, that's the way it is.